this is MJ, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a plaid pillow. So we're using Bernat roving, and you will need 3 colors for this project. So for my pillow, I'm going for a nice spring look. So I've chosen putty, low tide, and dark gray. You'll also need an 8mm crochet hook, scissors, and a yarn needle for bulky yarn. I also have this pillow form that I'm going to use, so it's 16 by 16. This is the standard size pillow form, but if you do need to alter the pattern for your pillow size, I will give you the multiples to chain. Okay, so we need to chain multiples of 8 plus 6 for this pattern. So for my pillow, I will chain 38 in total. Okay, so I have my 38 chains, and now we're going to work a double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So we don't count the loop on the hook. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, push down through the chain, grabbing your yarn, pulling up a loop, yarning over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we'll work another double crochet in each of the next 2 chains. And now we'll chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll skip over the next 4 chains. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll double crochet into that 5th chain. And now we've done 4 doubles. So our beginning chain here counts as a double, and then we have 3 to total 4. We've skipped 4, and then 4 doubles. So again, we'll chain 4. And then we skip over the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll work 4 double crochet in each of the next, or 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 chains. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to keep repeating this until we reach the end. So I'm going to continue and I'll meet you up. Okay, so I've chained 4. We're skipping 4 chains, and then you should have 4 chains remaining. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 4 remaining to finish off with 4 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. And now on the 4th, we're going to change color. So to change our color, we'll yarn over, go through, grabbing your yarn, pulling up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we'll yarn over with our new color to finish. So I'm going to bring in our low tide. Pull through, And we're not going to cut or carry the putty. We will pick it up along the side, so there's no cutting or weaving. The only thing is our tails that we'll have to weave. So now, just before I turn, I'm going to chain 4 just to get all this secure. My ball's over there, and I've turned. So now we're skipping over the 4 double crochet here, and we're working down into the chains. So we'll yarn over, and here's our first skip chain. So we're going down into that chain, we're working over this chain 4, and we're working our 4 double crochets. And this is a really simple way to create a plaid look without having to cut all of those ends. And now we'll chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skipping over the 4 doubles and working down into the skipped chains. Working with the 3 colors, it allows us to carry up the side, making this really simple. So you want to use 3 colors, and this matches my plaid throw blanket that you've all loved so much, and I've been asked to do a matching pillow. So now we'll chain 4, and we're just going to keep repeating this all the way across. Okay, and to finish this off, we're chaining 4, and we're going to single crochet in that turning chain. And now instead of yarning over, we're going to bring in our new color. So we're bringing in dark gray, pull through, and we'll chain 3 just to get all that secured before I turn. Now our chain 3 counts as our first double crochet here and throughout the pattern. And so we're working over now our chain 4, and we're working down into these 3 double crochet below. Chain 4, and then we're working into our double crochets down below. So at this point, I'm sure you're getting the hang of how this works and how simple it is. So next I'll be showing you how to carry the yarn up the sides, because as we come across this row, we'll be picking up putty and dropping off our dark gray. Okay, so I'm going to work across. So I'm just finishing this row with our 4 double crochet. And instead of pulling over, we're now going to bring up our putty. So we just drop off the dark gray. And these tails, we'll just weave them in at the end. So the weaving is very limited. We're now going to yarn back over with our putty. And we'll chain 4. Oops. And turn. You can see how nice it's looking, and the chain 4 brings us over our 4 double crochets, and we work in. So you're always working over that chain 4 down into the double crochets below. Always chaining 4 to get over. Okay, so I'm just going to continue working across. Okay, so I'm coming to the end with my chain 4, so we single crochet into the turning chain, pulling up a loop, and now we won't yarn over. We're going to pull up now our putty. Or sorry, not the putty, the low tide. Dropping off putty, bringing, and the color that we need to work with next is always going to be here to pull up, so you don't even really have to think about what color, you just have the color to grab, making it that much simpler. So now we're on to row 5, and we'll chain 3. I'll turn, and then we work down into those 3 double crochets because our chain 3 counts as a stitch. And chain 4. So you can choose really any 3 colors that will match your home decor for a throw pillow. I'm just coming to the end, and I'm going to finish off with my last double crochet. We drop off, and then we'll be pulling up our dark gray to finish that off. And I'll chain 4 just to get it secured, and then we're going to measure. Okay, so as I showed you earlier, my pillow is 16 inches. And this is measuring 16 inches. So if your pillow is a little bit different, you may need to do a different multiple, or by just adjusting your hook size, you may be able to get it to fit. But you want it to be around the size of that pillow form. And now what we want to do is keep working until we have 16 inches because our pillow is 16 by 16. If you had a different shaped pillow, just continue working until you get your piece to measure the size of your pillow. So I'm going to keep doing my repeat of row 2 through 4. Okay, so I'm just going to show you here. I'm on my 7th row, and I'm measuring 4 inches. So if I want 16 inches, I need 4 more repeats of this. So 4 times 7 is 28. So I'm looking at 28 rows in total to get my 16 inches. Okay, so I've completed working 28 rows. So our 28th, we have these holes here that we need to fill in so we have an even look. So our final row will chain 2, and in our 3 stitches here we're going to work half double crochets. So work 3, and now in our double crochets here we're going to work single crochets. So work 1 single crochet in each of the next 4. And then we'll work half double crochets down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then work single crochets in the doubles. So let's just continue doing that all the way across. Okay, so I've completed that across. Now what we want to do is work single crochet stitches around the edges, and we're going to cover up all of this, the carrying the yarn. So let's chain 1. And work our single crochets evenly down. Okay, so when you get to the corner, I want you to put 3 single crochet. And then continue working across the bottom. Just crocheting over those ends as you go to save on weaving. And when you get to your other corner, you want to add 3 single crochet in it as well. And then just continue working up this side, crocheting over any ends as you go, and then I'll meet you down at this corner. Okay, so I've worked up, I've added 2 in this corner here, and now we're going to slip stitch into the beginning chain 2 to join. And I'm not going to single crochet across that top, just because I want a more even look between the top and bottom here. And if we go across here, it's going to make this gray section look a lot thicker than our starting section. So at this point, you can fasten off. Weave that in and trim up any ends. And then what you want to do is make another piece exactly the same as this one for the back of the pillow. So you'll have enough each of the dark gray and the low tide to do the back. You'll need 2 balls of the light gray, the putty. So in total, to make the pillow, you just need 4 balls in total. Okay, so I have both pieces made, so the front and the back of the pillow. So I haven't fastened off on my second piece, I've just slip stitched to join. Now I'm going to chain 1. Now what you want to do is start joining them. So this is your nice finished edge, which is your right side. So we're going to put wrong sides facing. We want the nice edge to the out, wrong sides to the inside. And we can do quite a bit of this before we put the pillow in, just to make it easier. So what you want to do is go through your stitch on this side and then also go through the first stitch on the other panel. And then we're going to do a single crochet to join them. So just working through each stitch. I'm just going to continue along here and I'll meet you at the corner. So I've just continued to work in each stitch around my corner. And then we're just working down along the side. And I'm planning on completing 3 sides before I add in my pillow. And then we'll close up the final side. So to make sure you're successful with this, the important thing is to make sure that you have the same amount of stitches on each of your sides, your case. So the same stitches down each of the sides. I made it simple by just adding 2 stitches in every double crochet space, so I was consistent. Okay, so I'm just worked away around my corner and I want to add in my pillow before I get too far. Okay, so now that the pillow's in, we can just finish single crocheting along our edge to close it up. Angle to work with. So I've worked up here to my last stitch and it came out perfectly. So I had the same number of stitches on each piece of my pillow, and now we'll just slip stitch to join. And then you can fasten off. And you can weave that end in. So weave in one way and then back in the opposite direction. So this is our completed pillow. Now if you want to dress it up even more, you can add some fringe or some tassels. I still have this much left of each color, so I may do some little add-ons. I'm not quite sure yet, but it looks great just the way it is. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel.